That's one out. Oh man. I should wear this or not. And no hat tonight. No hat tonight. I'll wear this hat. Alright, here we go. Big O. Boy, you got here quick, brother. We just got in. Alright, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see, I need some more light. Computer just died, so that's always great. Alright. Big O, let's see how many people we get in here. Alright, let's see here. Gotta get my computer up. Running a little late today. I'm actually on time, which is crazy. I try to be on time as much as possible. Alright. Did God bring us Trump? Did God bring us Trump? Crazy question. I will say that. I want you to know it's a crazy question before I asked it. It's a very crazy question, Big O. Crazy question. Reason for the question. But if you didn't know, my name is Cameron L. Abington. This podcast, Versus the World. I do a podcast 3 times a week. I try to. Been working on it, trying to get better. Just life's been busy. We're on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Look for the flag in the back, podcast Versus the World. You'll find me. I got like 40 some podcasts I've done so far. Yeah, I don't want to try with anybody else. Skinny Guy, there we go. Rocky 2015. Okay. Simple question. Didn't know what you guys thought about it. I have a reason for the question, but I'll go into it later. Did God bring us Donald Trump? Did God bring us Donald Trump? What do you guys think? Crazy question, I know, so I apologize. You guys are sitting there like, what the hell is he talking about? Oh, don't forget we're brought to you by Doobie Energy Drink. Go to doobie.gg. Use code podcast against the world for 10% off your order and helps the channel. There you go. There you go. So I do a live Monday through Friday, 8 to 10. So this is another one of our lives that we're doing. Yeah. Did God bring us Donald Trump? What do you guys think? I haven't seen anything. Okay. So what do you guys think? Did God bring us Donald Trump? What do you guys think? Skinny Guy, Big O, Rocky, I'm not sure who's on here. User 71, I don't know, I'm not even going to go through all that. Did God bring us Donald Trump? Some people think so. Hey, Jimmy. Some people think God brought us Donald Trump. I don't think they're completely wrong. I really don't. But I want to get you guys' perspective on it. I mean, I could tell you what I think, but I'd rather hear from you guys than what I think. Ella, if you're still here. I'm not sure who all is still here. Big O, what do you think? Come on, man. You're usually not quiet. I hit my elbow. All right, come on, you guys. Let's get the likes and the shares up. And let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Let's get it going. Just remember, what do you think about them? What about Trump? This is old now, but last time I was on, I asked you about the American Eagle and Dunkin' God damn it. You know, you sure the hell did. Hold on. While I ask this question, hold on. Man, what the conversation about? The conversation is about, did God bring us Donald Trump? And somebody asked me to look at something I sure the hell forgot. Hold on. And it's just rumor. It's not old. These are questions that we have to ask each other. The American Eagle Dunkin' commercial. Hold on. I'm going to look this up while you guys go through. Hold on. All right, let me see what you're talking about, because you did ask me this before. Dunkin' Donuts releases genetics-themed ad after Sydney. Okay. Hold on. I want to look at it right now. Hold on.
After Sydney Sweeney, Gavin Castellano's Dunkin' ad is facing heat over the topic of genetics.
In Dunkin' Donuts' new summer commercial, King of Summer, actor Gavin Castellano is seen lounging by the pool, shirt open, showing off a tan. He then says,
Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on.
To be the King of Summer just happened. This tan, genetics. Let's watch.
Look, I didn't ask to be the King of Summer. It just kind of happened. This tan, genetics. I just got my color analysis back. Guess what? Golden Summer. Literally. I can't help it. Every time I drink a Dunkin' Golden Hour
Sydney released 2 ads, but one was more questionable.
The outrage comes on the heels of American Eagle's Perfect Genes campaign.
I don't. Hey, all right. Let me start here. Let me start back. Okay, here we go. Let me start back. Just rumor. I don't think anything wrong with the commercial. To answer your question, I don't know. I think it was kind of funny. Okay. I think they're okay. The American Eagle commercial. Once again, I didn't really care. I think it's much to do about nothing. I think what people are tripping out that she's a Republican. I don't know if she's a MAGA, but I know she is a Republican. I think everybody's tripping over nothing. There's too much other shit to talk about. I guess Elon Musk must be God. No, I'm just saying. No, I mean, I'm being serious, Big O, I'm being serious about the question. And there's a reason behind the question, because I have an answer to it, but I just want to know what you guys think. Man, what the conversation about? Did Big O says no, God did not give us Donald Trump. No, God did not bring us Donald Trump. OG says hell no, basically. All right. It says something about the answer. Christ supposed to come. No. I don't know myself. They're definitely weird. Let's see here. I think Sydney released 2 ads. One was more questionable. Yeah, I mean, I'm not tripping about it. Donald Trump is part of the attitude race where to realize who he's with portrayed right now. Here's my deal. Here's the answer I'm kind of going through in my head. So where I got this from was Roseanne Barr. Roseanne Barr said, the only reason I questioned them was based on climate. Definitely have seen more racism lately. Just rumor, I agree. Roseanne Barr said that God brought us Donald Trump, and I thought, how silly is that shit? So that's the silliest crap I ever heard in my life. But then I thought about it. How many people do you know voted for Donald Trump that you thought were cool, and you talk to them every day? They vote for him. I was like, and you're kind of like, okay, all right, cool. He does hateful shit. He does, the stuff that he says, and they still rock with him. Now you look at the person you thought you were cool with, and you look at them in a different light. You're like, well, what's the deal? Right? It's OG says, I know a lot of people that I'm cool with voted for him, but we got to talk about issues, and now then it cuts you off, Big O. But I'm the same way, Big O. Or what did you say? Is that OG? Sorry, OG. Do not entertain that. That is an insult to God. No, what I'm saying is, Big O, what I'm saying is, you are seeing people for who they are. Now they see the issues that we have and not them not liking the issues. I think you're starting to see, like, I'll give you an example. I talked about this last night. Dr. Phil, right? I talked about this last night. If you was on the live last night, I talked about it last night. Dr. Phil is one of my favorite people in the world to watch. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a Dr. Phil fanatic. Love Dr. Phil. But I didn't know he was like this, man. He said, yo, for real. I didn't know that Dr. Phil was like this. You know? Nothing says God bless America like a good old-fashioned UFC cage match at the White House. True enough. True enough. You know, there's so much stuff that we're learning because of Donald Trump that I don't think we never would learn before. Yeah, that's Phil at first seemed like he was straight up, but then he changed. Yeah, OG. But you never would have known it if it wasn't for Donald Trump. You see what I'm saying? For all these years, he put up a persona. I like UFC, but God, that's just embarrassing. Yeah, that's crazy, just rumor. It's nuts, but, you know, it is what it is. But for all them years, Dr. Phil put up a persona of, like, he was untouchable, good guy, good, you know, we all believed in him. And now you look at him, you're like, man, I don't know about you. I can't fuck with, I can't, watch my language, I can't mess with Dr. Phil anymore. I'll be very honest, I can't. Because everybody got the money, they feel like, because of Donald Trump. Donald Trump, I mean, put it this way. Did you hear the rumor that Donald Trump might take down the status of marijuana because the marijuana field has paid him so much money? This is crazy. But you're seeing everything you learned in school. You're watching it firsthand, like the 3 branches of government. You're seeing what other countries have to live through when an authoritarian government takes over. Yes, I heard that then you got some people calling him, oh yeah, there's people calling him Big Daddy and Daddy Trump and all this other. You are seeing things that you never would have seen before. You're seeing congressmen who you thought were good people. Like, I go back to Cory Booker and this stuff with Gaza, and I'm like, well, Cory, I thought you was one of the most disciplined people on this earth. I believed in you, cat. Now I gotta look at you with a side eye. I gotta give you the side eye. I told you last night that Satan tried to trick Jesus and it didn't work. Big O, you're right. But you're seeing true colors, is what I'm saying. You are seeing people's true colors that you thought. And you know, I'm never gonna meet probably Dr. Phil. I'm never going to meet Bruce Pearl or some of these people that's been coming out. That's so true. Satan is trying to make him seem good, and some people jumping on the side. What does the OG? It's like this, man. You're seeing true colors. You're seeing people's true colors. You know, you're seeing people even in government. You're seeing people walk over our Constitution like it's nothing. For years, the Republican Party was the party of the Constitution. I'm telling you, they were supposed to be constitutionalists and all this other crap. They're supposed to be conservatives and all that, and they're not. You know, you're seeing things through a fresh lens. You know, we've always heard that the government was corrupt. You've heard that you know, oh, they're corrupt. Well, now you're seeing it. You're seeing somebody who's taken the government, and this is no crap. I heard this on maybe CNN or one of these shows, they were talking about it. Donald Trump's family has made $3 billion since he stepped in office the second time. $3 billion with a B dollars. If you remember, people chose Barnabas over. They did. They did. But you're seeing it firsthand. You see, you're seeing people's true colors firsthand. Racist people were going to be racist regardless whether Trump was in office or not. I'll give this. At least I can give people who are in the Klan, and I can give some in these white supremacists, I give them this much. At least you know who they are when you first met them. Guys, come back. God's coming back to take over, so we need to get on the right side. We need to stand it. OG, this is what I try to do on the show. We need to come together. But this is just a question. I just wanted to kind of make your mind kind of think. We do need to come together. We need to see the truth. But this was just one of those questions. I just wanted to see what everybody thought. Oh, thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes and the shares. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. Helps me out. But no diss. How much you weigh? I'm 280. I am 350 right now. And working on losing weight. People have always made bad decisions when it came to Christianity. Christianity, I mean, put it this way, OG or Big O. It's all about interpretation. The Bible's interpretation of everything else. Remember, they used the Bible to keep slaves in check. So take it that way. I'm too far. I was 300 when I got the kidney transplant, so I came a long way. Yeah, I had a friend that just had a liver transplant. So was it liver or was it kidney? Maybe it was a kidney transplant. It's a work in progress. I will say that it's a work in progress. Work every day, man. So I work every day on it. But yeah, we're seeing people for who they are that we didn't see before. That we used to look at and say, man, those are good people. You know, you would think Dr. Phil, build families together. Now, he's in the job of tearing people apart. Yes, it is, but we have to be strong and stay together in this fight trying to get healthy. Yeah, it's a fight. It's a fight. But I figured this way, OG, I didn't get here overnight. I'm not going to lose it overnight. Just some work in progress. I don't beat myself up about it. Trust me, I was a hell of a lot bigger than probably a year ago. I was 120 pounds heavier than this, so I've come a long way, which I ain't mad about. No, don't beat yourself up, but you're not gonna be getting lied to. I'll be talking about a lot of the. What do you think the real reason was for deploying the National Guard in D.C.? Crime wasn't it? It was to show power. Because it's like this, Just Rumor. He asked, what's the real reason for deploying the National Guard in D.C.? Because he did in California, and he got away with it. Now, there are court cases going on in California as we speak. But, as we well know with court cases, they take time. So Trump will sit there. He'll do that. I mean, this is Trump's plan. He'll push the shit, and then somebody do a court case, and then he's like, well, I've already done it. So what are they going to do to me? They're going to slap me on the wrist, tell me I can't do it, and then I'll turn the National Guard back, and then I'll go back to what I was doing before. I guess good message on my life. Manufacturing's got at 10 o'clock because people need to know the truth, okay? One thing about me, and make sure your spirit is clear inside, and we can work on the outside, but it's about right and wrong. No, in between, the majority of the country chose wrong over right. I think the more majority of the country, Big O, Trump promised them a lot of shit. You have to understand. Trump promised, if you were a big conspiracy theory person, he promised you Epstein. He promised you JFK. He promised you MLK. If you believed that he was helping the working class, he told you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. You know, I'm looking at the no tax on overtime, and it's funny as hell as I sit here and read it. He promised them a lot of crap. He promised them Remember, he told them all these Mexican people, they're sitting there taking your jobs. They're on your Medicaid. Now, if you didn't know the law and you didn't know, if you didn't know exactly how the Medicaid system worked, you'd believe the lie. Look at all these people. They're here eating your dogs and your animals, and look at all these gangs, and they're taking over. They're taking over apartment complexes, which I don't know if that was true or not. I thought they debunked that maybe, but all the stuff he told you, and people fell for it. People fell for it. You know, and it's like when you looked into it, you know, he promised you no new wars. Well, how many? He said, I'll stop the war with Russia in 24 hours, and I'm gonna bring money to America. And we're getting beat up. We're getting the trades. We're getting misused by the trades with the rest of the world. And I'm gonna make prices lower. Because remember, the inflation was going up. Inflation was high. Well, it's higher now, but he said I was going to do this and do that. And promises made, promises kept. You know, then he put in all these people in the office, and you look at them, you're like, these people aren't qualified. I mean, you look at his cabinet, most of them aren't qualified. But he made a lot of promises. And then Kamala, then you got to look at the other side. The other side of the coin is Kamala Harris. If you put her on a stage and people got to vote in the Democratic Party for the person to succeed Biden, she wouldn't have won. Let's be very honest. She wouldn't have won. Okay? I also blame Biden because Biden knew early on, before they even started the primaries in the process, because they did internal polling, the White House did internal polling, and it showed he could not beat Trump. He knew this, but still, he let his he wrote a check that his ass couldn't cash, basically, and we all got to pay for it. Because think about who could have ran against Trump and probably would have won. You know, I don't know if Gavin Newsom would have been ready, but the governor of Kentucky, the governor of Illinois would have been good. What about Bernie Sanders? There's a lot of guys that could have stepped into that role. Wes Moore, I like him. I don't know if he was ready to run for president, but I mean, it's a name. So you got to look at the other side of the coin also. And then they also told you, well, your kids they're trying to turn your kids into transgender. Look at some of what the school's doing where a kid can talk about changing their gender. They don't have to tell the parents, which is a true statement in California. That is true. They don't have to tell the parents if a kid's having a problem with their gender. They don't have to tell them in certain states. And now you know, there's a lot of laws in other states where you can't do that without telling the parent, but it's true. So we have to look at the whole process of how Trump got into office. And then you got to take the part that Elon Musk jumped in. Elon Musk changed the algorithm to where every time you looked on X, it was about Trump. Trump this, Trump that, Democrats bad, they're turning your kids into transgender. Oh, look at all these transgender in college sports, which is not true. There's only 10 or less. But Kamala was the wrong person to run for office. She shouldn't have ran. Biden should have stuck by his word and jumped out of the race. He said he was going to do one term, and he lied to us. And so that's another part we never talk about. MAGA's one thing, but you bring us a good candidate, why can't the Democrats win? Wrong candidate, wrong messenger, wrong person. Kamala is not charismatic enough to win. Even though she didn't lose by a lot. But there was things that she miscalculated. Right? Even though Trump promised no more new wars. Well, you had the Palestinians for Trump. That's how he won Pennsylvania. I bet you they kind of look at their vote now as like, you know, bet you feel real stupid today. Farmers for Trump. I bet you feel real stupid today. You know? It is what it is. There's a lot of people. Latinos for Trump. I bet they feel kind of stupid today. But he promised them all different things, even though he had a plan the whole time to do what he wanted to do. And we have to look at that. And there was a lot of people who we trusted, like Dr. Phil. I told you, Dr. Phil's my dude. We trusted Dr. Phil. And Dr. Phil's up here caking for Trump. I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? He just asked about everything he was going to do. This is so true. He hit below the belt, but we had to realize who we were dealing with. Yeah, but a lot of people believed in him. Now you see Republicans now, there's a lot of them are like, I regret my vote. I shouldn't have voted that way. Well, too late now, but thanks for kind of listening. The farmers, look at the farmers. The farmers really are the first ones that were hit because they thought Donald Trump was a God-fearing man and he wasn't going to do the whole transgender thing. Because remember, that was the whole race was really, a lot of the race was built on transgender. And they're going to turn your kids transgender. You know, look at this guy. This guy's selling the Bible to people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Big O, you said we already had 4 years of Trump. And that's very true. But the first 4 years of Trump, there were guardrails there that kept Trump in check where he didn't do all the crazy shit. And that's true, he didn't. Unbearable now, the left supports crime. No, they don't. Bassman, I gotta get on you. I can't believe the left is protesting government stopping crime. What are you talking about? Should we have DEA agents and the National Guard here? It's for show. Now, some people say that crime is bad. Crime is bad, but crime was up. Some people say crime. This one lady said that she lived in a crime-ridden neighborhood, but it had actually gotten better to her when I was there. They were talking to people in D.C. You know, I don't live there. I can't tell you. I know having the military there, the National Guard, is not right. That's not what you want to do. That's not what you want to do. But we can't even say that the right, or Donald Trump in particular, is backing the blue. Do you believe he backs the blue bass man? I don't. Remember January 6th. He let a bunch of criminals out who beat up cops. And he actually pardoned them. So that's actually not true. Have you heard anything about Maxwell getting a pass for work release? Yes, I saw. I'm telling you, this is the biggest joke ever. I mean, Bassman, you want to talk about some criminal shit. This thing with Ghislaine Maxwell is crazy. It's so true. And then he promised people $1 million if they went with Trump. Yeah, that's true too. Elon Musk was giving people money. $1 million. Basically paying for votes. What are we doing? And a lot of people see that money. Oh yeah. We can win. We just need to talk about the issues in front of us, and we need a real change. We need people to stand up and quit being so passive-aggressive and timid. Say what you mean what you say. Okay, OG? Say what you mean what you say. Okay? Take a stand. By God, take a stand. Be like Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom, now some people don't like Gavin Newsom because he's a real another corporate guy. But at least he's doing something. Be like Bernie Sanders. Go around I'm happy to see all these Democrats going around, going to districts where the Republicans won't, and they go into other people's districts, have these meetings, and let people talk. I love that. You can't, it's the days of being timid and playing by the rules are done. Sometimes you have to play by the other team's rules. If they're going to go, they used to be, what did Michelle Obama say? When they go low, we go high, right? Well, the new saying for the Democrats should be, when they go low, we go straight to hell. That should be the new party line that the Democrats should use, and that should go to every Democrat. That should be their saying. When they go low, we go to hell. Right? Go lower than the low. If they want to call names, I love what Jasmine Crockett does. I love it. I love that she talks crap. She talks major crap, and she just runs her yap. I love it to death. I love it. Take a stand. Say what you mean what you say. Back up your words. Quit trying to say. It used to be such a long time. People were mad at the Democratic Party as of late because they don't want to fight. You have to stand up and fight. Big O says, I think she won. There's a court case coming up in September. We'll see. But, I mean, gotta go past that, man. ABC joined. Let's see here. What about January 6th, the biggest crime in history? Big O, listen, man. That's what I say when people talk about, when they say they back the blue, then you can't back what Donald Trump did with those people in jail, with the January 6th rioters. Then also, he always messed with kids. If you go in history, it talks about young people like, Harris was the best candidate. Big O, I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be in a civil war. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. I hope not. See, this is the thing. This is why more podcasts and people, when we talk like this, we need to bring people together. I love when people come on and disagree with me about stuff. Bring them on. I've had several people come on here and vehemently disagree with me about stuff, and it's like by the time we talk, it's like, well, you kind of agree with me in your own way. You agree with me in your own way. My grandfather always told me, when you have a problem with a man, look a man screaming, he's like, yeah, hey, listen, man. I don't mind people come out here yelling at me. I personally don't care. Have at it. We're here to make a point and have a conversation. I believe most people believe, I think everybody believes in America becoming great. We all just want to do it a different way, right? But the way we're seeing Donald Trump do it, it's like, what's going on? OG says, but the left is scary too. Face us right now. They are running scary like Scary Sherry. I love it that the Democratic, the Texas Democrats went to Illinois. Now they're going to get gerrymandered in Texas because Trump told them to. But changing the map where they get more seats. But Gavin Newsom said he's going to do it. You got to stand up, OG. You got to stand up. We got to have these conversations to where we can talk to people. But you got to be careful of the scams they're running, too. I'm happy that he did do that, but that means we also ask the people we need to take a stand and walk. Listen, man, we got to be able to have a conversation. We got to be able to talk to other people who we disagree with. All we want is America to be the greatest country on this earth. Right now, what we have is a person who's authoritarian. We have a Congress that doesn't want to do anything. We have a Supreme Court that, supposed to uphold the law, and they're not. We have a president who's got his own military, his own force. I mean, the budget for ICE is bigger than the budget of Israeli Defense Force, is what I've read somewhere. What we need to do is, we are great because God is great. We need to walk it out, show him. Hey, I pray every night for this country. I pray every day for this country. I pray that things go better for us. Now, will it? My grandpa used to say you gotta go through a lot of hell to get a little bit of heaven. The king stayed and he died. He took a bullet for us. We need to stand and take a bullet for the O. We need to sit here and talk to people who we don't agree with. And that's why I'm glad that you see people like the Young Turks, they go on different shows. I'm glad people the Midas Touch Network, when they go to different shows, you got to be able to go into other realms where they're against your ideology and be able to stand up and have a conversation. That's why I invite everybody to come on here. Say what you want to say. You think Trump is great? God bless you. You know? I mean, like I said, the question I asked tonight was, did God bring us Trump? And I'm people like, are you serious? I'm like, well, yeah. Because without Trump, you wouldn't see half the people that you know now are hypocrites. I wouldn't know Dr. Phil's a hypocrite. I didn't know Bruce Pearl was a piece of crap. But it seems like all the people who I thought were pieces of crap, well, I did know for sure. It's like, well, now I know. I can say this, man. Whoever's ready to go, I'm ready to go anytime. I'm not scared. Or nothing about it. OG, I'm with you, man. When they have the protests in town, the No Kings protests, I was up there. We had one in my town. I was there. I should have live streamed it. I didn't think about that. I should have live streamed it. Next time they have a No Kings protest, I'm going to live stream it on TikTok. I'm going to do that. But, I mean, that's why I do a podcast. I'm trying to get the word out. I think we have to get the word out because you can't trust legacy media. You can't trust them. And we got to get the word out about the new plans that they're doing. You know, I tell you what's going on the best I can. Too late, we have a king. Well, it's not over yet, Big O. It's not over yet. He's got a big deal going on with Putin on Friday. Oh, I can't wait to hear about that little deal. Now, of course, we won't be able to hear anything. Just the interpreters will be there, my understanding. And I just did a couple of videos on everything that's going on, so everyone needs a flood. That's good. Come on, Cameron. Big O, we don't have a king. We have a guy trying to be king. You know, we have a guy trying to be king. We have a guy trying to be king. He's pushing this authoritarianism, and it's going all the way. And I blame timid Democrats. I do. I blame them for being timid. There's a lot of them that were sitting here being timid, didn't want to fight. When we flood the internet, you make a video, it's being seen across there. Yeah, I make videos all the time, man. I mean, it's not getting all the big looks I would like. Yeah, I mean, but this is what I'm talking about, Big O. Sometimes you have to go through hell. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to keep saying this and saying this. I really believe this. God sent us Donald Trump so we can see how fragile our country is. We're going to find out how fragile we are. How fragile is that Constitution? Because eventually somebody, and it has to be a Republican, and right now there's only, 2 or 3 Republicans are actively trying to fight. This Epstein thing is not dead, right? It done died down. But remember, when Congress gets back into work, right? Remember they signed that paper that now it goes to the floor of the House to see if they can find. I did some of your videos and I recovered and put my face on it with your words. Just go. That's all right. And I'm being very honest. There's a lot of people, that Epstein stuff is not dead. You know what I'm saying? The Epstein stuff is not dead. It's not dead. And so we have to, when the House comes back, there's enough Republicans with Democrats to get the Epstein files unredacted into the floor. I'm not going to say that I don't believe that people made a bad decision. Listen, who you vote for is who you vote for. Some people vote because of the R and the D, Republican and Democrat. Not everybody looks deeper into a person, say, like I do. Like, I could have told you, if you'd have known me before the election and say you didn't know for sure, I could have told you what was going to happen. That's just real. It's because I was actually following Donald Trump, and I was following this stuff very closely with Donald Trump. I was following it very closely. I knew that he was going to sit here and put people in place that was going to listen to him, and he could do what he wanted to. I knew that. I knew that for a fact. 1000% knew that for a fact. He wants to cover it up, but the more we talk about it on the internet, guess you cannot be quiet. You have to talk about it. That's why I bring up the big beautiful bill and all the bad things about it. That's why I was looking up the no tax on overtime provision. And it's funny when you really read into it, it's crazy. It's not what you think it is. And if people were to really look into the no overtime rule, they'd be pissed. They really would be. You know what I'm saying? You'd be really mad. This is so true, and some people don't even vote. So I feel like the ones that didn't vote now, the people who didn't vote was enough to where if they would have voted for Kamala, which some of them, I think a lot of them would have, Kamala probably wins. But I'm telling you, people didn't want a woman as president. I think that was part of it. Another part of it wasn't she was not charismatic enough to me. Like some of the stuff she did, I disagreed with. Like when she would have Megan Thee Stallion coming on or whoever shaking their behind, before her rallies. Now I like looking at Megan Thee Stallion like any other red-blooded American man. Megan Thee Stallion's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But, yo, man, that ain't the place for it. Why every time you want to talk to black folks, we got to have Megan Thee Stallion come on? I just want to hear what your plan is for America. She made another mistake. She didn't go on any of the podcasts. Why didn't you? You should have went on every podcast. But it was old way of thinking. This is a new ballgame. I give Trump that much. He was smart enough to go on the podcast. She could have done that. Why didn't she? I have no idea. She didn't do Joe Rogan or any of the other people. That's what she should have done. You go where the people are at. I think she went on the Breakfast Club, didn't she? I'm not for sure about that. But you got to go where the people are at, man. But she didn't. Like I said, I don't know if she was the best candidate. I really don't, personally. But she made mistakes. She let that transgender stuff define her when it should, when she should have separated herself from Biden, and she didn't. She should have said no when they asked her was a thing that she would do different. She didn't. When you are working with the home team, you know what I'm saying? You gotta separate yourself to show when I come into office, I'm not just gonna run his same policies. I gotta be different. And when you don't do that, then people look at you like, oh, so we got another 8 years, we got another 4 years of Biden policies. Wonderful. And they're rolling their eyes. But there's people that vote against their interests. The farmers vote against their interests. Latinos for Trump vote against their interests. Palestinians for Trump, they definitely vote against their interests. I mean, we can go on down the line. Some people know the ones that didn't get a divorce, but where was your vote when we needed you to vote? I hear you. God showed us who Donald Trump was in the first 4 years. He did, Big O, but now we're seeing more people. Now we're seeing Trump, but he wasn't like this. He was like this, but there were guardrails in place, Big O, that sat there for him doing the shit that he's doing now. You see what I'm saying? They stopped him from being who he really was. They slowed him down. Now ain't no slowing down. There's no guardrails. He's this one wrestler I like. It says Trump is all gas, no brakes. He don't give a shit. He's sitting here breaking the Constitution and making money off the presidency. He don't care. You know why he don't care? Because he knows these Republicans don't have the stones to sit here and go in front of Congress and say anything about him. He knows that. He knows he has them in check. He knows that. He knows that the Supreme Court, they ain't going to do nothing to him. They ain't going to do nothing. So he's not worried about it. what needs to happen. This is what you got to keep telling everybody around you. We got to vote next year. Next November is one of the biggest votes probably in history. Because if the Democrats control the House, things are going to change. Because now Trump just can't run through and do what he wants to. Right? Things change. This is why the gerrymandering in Texas is so big. This is why, California's going to gerrymander, possibly Illinois. I mean, there's other states that talking about gerrymandering where they can get more House seats so they can control the House. I mean, that's real talk. Yes, he did go on the Breakfast Club, but it was up to her people making their plan. Yeah, you have to go on the Breakfast Club. You have to go on these shows. You have to go on Joe Rogan. You have to do... That was true, but she didn't have anything to do with that. We gotta realize her people and OG, 1,000%. Whoever ran her committee, they couldn't run mine. If I'm running for president, I said, "Did you work for Kamala Harris?" "Oh yeah." "Nope, sorry, you gotta go. Get to stepping. I need new blood. I need new blood to come in here and get me involved on social media, get me with the right people online so I can get my message out." Like the Midas Touch Network. They're the biggest podcasting group in America right now. They have beaten Joe Rogan. You need to go on that show. The Young Turks, that's another good show. Pod Save America. Those cats. And Joe Rogan. And there's a bunch of guys. You need to go on the shows. Yeah, he didn't care. I'm going to care based on the pro that he's making to take their money to. Hey, man. Yeah, Donald Trump is about himself over... Oh, yeah, I mean, listen, we have to understand the big, beautiful bill is taking money away from the 30% of the lowest population, the poorest people, to make the top 10% extra money. I voted for her because she was the best candidate. I voted for her too. I'm just saying that if we're being honest, Quinn Sanders is in here. If we're being honest, okay, Big O, this would be 1,000. This would be 100. Let's be 100 on this. If there was another vote, if there was a true primary, you think Kamala Harris would have won the primary? That's what I'm saying. She wouldn't. So true. And Donald Trump and her had certain people on TikTok was pushing him. So but she should have went on more of the podcasts. But Big O, I don't think she was the best candidate. I really don't think she was the best candidate. And I like her. And I appreciate everybody coming on. Likes and shares, guys. Likes and shares. I appreciate everybody that liked and shared the podcast so far. Or the live. This isn't my podcast. My podcast is something else. But where was everybody that first 4 years under Donald Trump? Oh, I was here. Now, was I doing this? No, I wasn't. I was doing a different job, traveling. I was working different shit, so I wasn't around. I was in high school. Oh, Kiki, you was in high school? I was not in high school. No. She wouldn't win a primary. They should have got behind Bobby. Bobby who? What Bobby you talking about? Thrill? What Bobby are you talking about? But no, she wouldn't have won the primary. She wouldn't have won. Oh, Bobby. Oh, Kennedy? I don't know. That dude's a nutcase. That dude takes shot baths in fucking nasty ass river water. No. What he's doing now is destroying the health system, and you're gonna see diseases pop up left and right. No, that dude's a nut. I'm not anybody that's really big on Robert Kennedy, RFK Jr. I think the guy's a nut. Some of his stuff he says is true. With the dyes and all that kind of stuff. But the stuff that he's doing, taking away RN3, what do they call it? The RN three vaccines or where the vaccines and shit, where he's gonna stop putting money behind it, so we can behind on vaccines now, because he's a vaccine denier. You know, when the measles outbreak happened, it's not a big deal. Come on now. If Bernie would have ran against Trump the first time, Bernie would have beat him. Bernie and Trump are on the two sides. They're two sides of the same coin, if it makes sense, Keegan. They're two sides of the same coin. Bernie did not rule out the possibility of running this time around in 28. He did not say that he wouldn't. He was kind of quiet about it. He was kind of shy. Big, I bet when this thing is over, everybody will be saying they wish they had voted for her. Oh, listen. Big O, I wish they will. They did. People do. People look and say, I wish I wouldn't have voted for him. But you did. Like all the farmers. When Trump let Elon come in there and destroy, USAID, it hurt farmers. Farmers lost a lot of money. And his promise to stop the war with Ukraine. He promised us American first values, and he's not. Bernie could have done it in 2000. I believe he could have won, but because the Democratic Party came in and said, "Oh no, it's Hillary's turn." Hillary wasn't a good candidate, because she's not Bill Clinton. Here's the problem with Hillary. When they put Hillary in there to run against Trump, even though she would make a better president, don't get me wrong, but she's not her husband. She's not Bill Clinton. She's not. She don't have the stature. She don't have the charisma. I mean, I think to be president these days, you gotta have charisma. You gotta be able to come in and have it. Like, you can be the best policymaker in the world, but you gotta have it. Look at Obama. He had it. You may hate Trump, but Trump has it. Trump has something that when he talks to people, people believe what he says. He has that charisma about him. Bernie Sanders has that charisma about him, right? Certain people do. Certain people have that, I don't know, when you see them, you say, man, something about that dude, I'll run through a wall for him. Obama was like that for me. I like Obama. Certain people have it. They have it. You can't call it what it is, but it's like, man, something about this cat is he just gets it done. Drill says, but Kennedy had a grassroots which moved to MAGA. Robert Kennedy III is a guy who denies science. I got a problem with that. I don't like now how he's getting rid of vaccines, right? Stuff that we had killed off. Look at measles, the measles outbreak. What are we doing? Is everything he says is wrong? No. I might do a podcast about him. I was going to do one earlier, and then something else happened. But he's not even he's not a doctor. He's just another guy that has a conspiracy theory about these vaccines. And now they're giving him our healthcare system to sit here and ruin. I'm not a Robert Kennedy guy. Some of the stuff he says is probably right with the dyes and all that shit. Okay, I get it. No problem. I just think the dude's a fruitcake. I really think he's kind of crazy. I'm going to look into him a little deeper and do a podcast about him. But I just think he's crazy. I just don't know. I don't know about that dude. But I'm gonna do a deep dive podcast on Robert Kennedy. Thank you, Douglas, for sharing the live. Trump will be in Alaska Friday talking to his friend, a dictator. His friend, I don't know if they're friends. He said there's going to be big trouble for Russia if he doesn't stop the war with Ukraine. I don't believe that for a second, but we'll see. Trump has the sauce. Trump has something. Trump has a presence. You gotta remember, Trump is a TV star. He's a failed businessman. So this whole thing that everybody thought, oh, he's a businessman. How the hell you bankrupt the casino is god awful past me. I don't get it. How the hell you bankrupt somewhere they give you money, the odds are in your favor to win, and you bankrupt the casino? I have no idea. Okay, let me be very honest. I don't know. But he did it. But Trump has also he's been campaigning. You have to remember, Trump's been campaigning for, 4 years straight before this one? I'm not disagreeing with you. He is a hit or miss dude. I wasn't for. Oh, okay, I got you through. It's all good. No, it's okay. RFK is record. Yeah, he's nuts, man. When you look into RFK, I mean, it don't make sense. Big O, God wrote the Bible. Donald wrote Project 25. He didn't write Project 25, but he's doing a lot of Project 2025 shit. Some things he is right on, but some things are definitely extreme. He is going too far, man. RFK Jr. is so far. And you sit here and you listen, you're like, why are you cutting vaccines? We should be doing studies on vaccines every day. We could have the cure for cancer in a vaccine. But when people cut these vaccines because of this weirdo shit that's going on in his head. Remember, he's the guy that said there was a brain worm in his head. Remember, he's the guy that killed a bear cub and brought him to Central Park. If you don't believe me, look the story up. He takes showers with his family in water that looks like it's full of sludge. I sat and watched it on TV. I was, what the hell is this guy doing? I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You see what I'm saying? RFK's crazy. You can't have... when you have somebody that's over your medical, they should be about science. RFK is not about the science. He's about the whole conspiracy theory. You see what I'm saying? We don't need conspiracy theory. If the science says it's bad... Oh my God. The hate speech? What are we talking about? You won't believe this. Now they're trying to say I had hate speech on here. Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. This is ridiculous. This is not hate speech. Hate speech, people. I'm still alive, but they're saying I'm having hate speech on here. What hate speech are we talking about? What are we talking about that's hate speech? This is what happens when people try to restrict your free speech. Nothing on here is hate speech. We're talking about RFK being a con man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, TikTok. I'm sorry he's a con man. Project 2025 is a playbook both sides have used. The Project 2025 playbook. Here's what Project 2025... Yes, it is. Censorship is a bitch on here. And it's bullshit. And this is what they try to do to me all the time. When I'm sitting here, we're just talking facts. Now, if you don't like facts, I get that. It's crazy on here, Keegan. It's crazy. Project 2025 to me, Thrill. This was the first time I ever heard a playbook written by Republicans. You know, they always have these little playbooks. I imagine both sides do it. I believe you're right. I wouldn't be shocked. But we're seeing it on such a different level. We're seeing the plan to basically stomp out the poor and give it to the rich. We're seeing a plan, like in D.C., they're knocking out homeless encampments. Well, where's the homeless supposed to sleep at? You see what I'm saying? We're doing things and it's like, are they doing things because that's what they really believe, or are they doing it for something else on? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. It's a cure for cancer and many other diseases. It's just not profitable to cure you. It's not. It's not. I used to tell my wife this when I worked at a water plant. They used to give us medicine in a container, you know, like the med cabinet. And I used to tell my wife, I was like, this medicine's going to work better for you than what you buy in the store. She said, why is that? Because this medicine's going to make sure I can go back to work. This medicine's going to make sure I can go back to work. And that's the crazy part. There really is not such a thing as hate speech because we have free speech. Oh, no, not on here, Thrill. Oh, no. No, we will be sleeping in concentration camps. If they can find a way. I mean, according to Stephen Miller, he wants people to look he wants people to look like him in America. You know, it is what it is. Douglas Stewart, I think some things are done to cover others. Yes. Cover up others. Yes. Yes. Why do you think he was talking about the Washington Commanders being the Washington Redskins? That's why they took all that money from FEMA. Yes, to make Alligator Alcatraz. Yes. Yes. I mean, that's why you have to look from this point of view, Doug. That's why they come up from. Remember, he wanted to change the Guardians back to the Indians. He tried to start a fight with Rosie O'Donnell. He tried to say Obama was doing treason, even though he just made a law to where the Supreme Court says as long as you're a president, you get implied immunity. So basically, I don't know what the hell that's going to do. He's got immunity. You can't touch him. That's always something. Called flooding is Obama's HSC Act comes from that it stretched the middle class, but it did not give health for the poverty class. Okay, you talking about Obamacare, right? Here's a fun fact about Obamacare, Thrill. Obamacare is actually a Republican policy. Okay? It was done by Mitt Romney. Here's another fact I didn't know, and I just found out. The Obamacare was actually made by Mitt Romney, written by a person who wrote Project 2025. It's the craziest shit ever. Right? But what was so good about Obamacare was pre-existing conditions. That is what we forget. You have to remember, there was a time where an insurance company could look at your conditions and say, well, I'm going to raise the rate and I don't have to accept you. If you had sickle cell, you had diabetes, mental health, they could actually sit here and they could actually deny you insurance. The Obamacare, right, made sure that it gave you insurance. Because you have to remember, a lot of people who, let's say farmers, let's say if you're a contractor, all right, I do contract work. My company don't give me insurance. I'd have to go to Obamacare, right, to get insurance. I mean, now I get insurance through my wife's insurance, but you get what I'm saying. I've had to get the Affordable Care Act, right? So it was a good deal. Was it the best deal? No. Because I believe there should be a starting point for us all. I was listening to somebody who made this point, and I was like, I 1,000% agree. If we want to improve America, here's what you do. Everybody in America up to the age of 26, let's just say, I think, first of all, insurance should be free for everybody in America. Is there a way to do it? Yes, there's a way to do it. There is a way. But we all got to agree to it. If you want a payer option, you should be able to do that. But there should be a bottom line insurance where somehow, how does Canada do it? How does Canada do it? You know, other countries do it. Other countries can do it. Why can't we? Why can't we? Why can't we do it? We should be able to do it, right? I believe education should be free. College should be free. If nothing but community college. Colleges should be free. Trade schools should be free. Paid for by the government. You know why? Because it's going to make us a better country. You want to bring manufacturing back to America? Have enough skilled workers that can actually do the damn work. But, you know, of course, Trump doesn't think of this. Nobody thinks of this. We just say, well, we got to have manufacturing. Okay. Where's the workers to do the work? We don't have enough skilled workers to do the work. We should be pushing kids who we see who are not going to be doctors, lawyers, scientists, teachers, whatever, into trade schools. That should be free. That should be something that my tax dollars should go for something like that. Not for what's going on, the genocide in Israel. It shouldn't. My money shouldn't go to that. I want my money to go for that. Why can't we have more plumbers and water plant, wastewater operators, trade school, airplane, make them, to make the planes and make parts for cars and you want to bring manufacturing back, you got to have the workforce to do it. We don't have the workforce right now. Okay. Trump talks about all this stuff about bringing work back to America, manufacturing. I'm all for it. Where's the workforce? You don't have the workforce. If he was a great president and had the presence of mind, instead of just trying to stick it to everybody else and make money out of his pocket, that's what he should do. Make trade school and community college free for everybody. It should be universally free. That's what it should be. So we can get America great again, get it really rolling. So we can bring manufacturing back. We can bring jobs back and have the workforce to actually do the jobs. We don't have the workforce for it. And let's just be honest. I mean, let's just be 100% real. We need more welders. We need more plumbers. We need more electricians. We need more of that. We need people that can do the job. Yeah, it should be free. It should be free. Yes, pre-legislation was a change that came later, but yes, the Bush passed the incorrections. Yes. It's called the Affordable Health Care. Yeah. Sorry, Douglas. Yes. I think the problem was people were forced to have insurance but no regulations on the rates. Yeah, I mean, because that was one thing when Obama tried to do the Affordable Care Act, Douglas, the insurance companies got really involved, right? They really did. Because by the nature of the program, it was a great program at first. But, of course, like everything else in Washington, here comes lobbyists. Here comes the lobbyists, right? Right? I mean, it is what it is. We can't because that would be less money going into the pockets of the military. In their pockets in the military. Yeah. Well, I mean, think about this for a second. The U.S. military has failed 6, what do they call them? Not inspections. Can't think what they're called. Basically, they don't know where all their money's at. 6 of them. 6 of them. They failed 6. They don't know where all their money's at. So I'm thinking about that. Canada has an extremely long wait time. That's why many come here who can afford to. Okay. I mean, I've heard that about surgery. That it's better to come to America because the waiting list is long. I get that. I'm talking about if we had basic health care. I'm not talking about for elective surgeries. That's another conversation. But if everybody had basic health care, Thrill, think about this for a second. Basic health care free for everyone. College, free for everyone. Community college and trade school, free for anybody who wants to go to it. Think about how many more nurses, you have CNAs. You could have CNAs going to be nurses. At least they get the first part done. CMAs. You could have dental hygienists out the ass. You could have all these different people who are trained. So then when Trump comes and wants to really do this manufacturing thing, now his education policy makes sense with what's going on in America. But of course, as a messy person that Trump is, the two don't match. The two don't match. Many companies will tell you they have job openings, but the labor is not skilled enough to do it. That's the part that people don't talk about. We don't have skilled labor to do the stuff that they're wanting to do. That's the truth. Oh my God. Gingy. My cat's sitting here meowing at me. But the basics. I'm just saying the basics, man. Many people are not interested in doing those things. And that's another issue. I think there's a lot of people also with mental health issues. But if you offer them free college, you offer them something. Now, if you don't do it, that's one thing. That's a whole different conversation what people won't do. Gingy, I don't even see you. But, I mean, you get what I'm saying. Come on, Cameron. What do Trump have to do to show you that he's not what he's here for? Oh, Big O. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. This is what I'm saying, Big O. If you're serious, here's where I'm at. Hold on, guys. Let me get my cat outside. He's going to drive me crazy. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. Don't leave. Give me 1 second. Solo. Go. Solo. Huh? Who's in here? Get out my living room. You don't need to be sitting in there. It's weird. It's weird. You heard me. Alright, sorry guys. Let's see. Let's go back. Alright, audits. Yes, Thrill. Audits. 6 audits. This is very true. No, Big O, what I'm saying is, if Trump, I'm not taking Trump's side, so listen to what I'm saying. If Trump was America first, and you really want these policies to make sense, say with the tariffs, say with bringing manufacturing back, what I'm proposing is something that would help everybody in this pot, okay? Listen to what I'm saying. You get free education. You put the free healthcare with it. We have more workers that are ready to work. So when these jobs that I don't think is going to happen, this is my personal opinion, I think they're all just giving us, I think they're giving us a bunch of hooey. I think they're just lying to us to survive 3.5 years. I think that's what a lot of these countries are doing. They're not, until you see, pen to paper, you can't trust it. But that's what you would do. They know where it's as mostly black budget projects. Yeah, there's a lot of projects like that. But I'm just saying we need more of a workforce. This is about control. Wake up, America. Yes, they're trying to control us. Yes. And I think you're seeing a lot of MAGA people wake up and they're starting to say this is bullshit. And people are starting to come around because they know Donald Trump ain't going to be in office forever. He wants to. What he wants to do is have a puppet like JD where he controls the White House from his house in Mar-a-Lago. He goes on Truth Social, say what he wants, and then JD does what he wants him to. That's the perfect Trump scenario. I'm just saying. We need more small private practices, less major corporation hospitals. Agreed. But, with Medicaid cutting, you're going to see a lot of rural hospitals close down, which is a shame. Even the Democrats, they wouldn't do that. I'm saying, though, here's the deal, Big O. You're right. And now you're going to the same thing I've said about Democrats for a long time. 2 heads, same snake. They play games with us. And this is why I say that before you vote, we need to know what the hell they're talking about. Even Hillary Clinton told us that Trump was Putin puppet. Yeah, yeah. There, supposedly there's supposed to be some kind of tape of Trump in Russia. I don't know. We know Russia tried to interfere in our elections. We know that. We know. I'm telling you through social media that I'm seeing now, they're trying to divide us with reckless racist talk. And that's from me looking at my social media. I don't even talk racist stuff. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I told you guys about it. I told you about it when earlier this week, or I think it was last week. Might have been last week. Earlier this week also. But Big O, if you really want to fix America, and fixing America for the future, we have to have those kind of projects, right? Because even if we don't have big corporations coming back in, the Jobs Act that, the CHIPS Act actually, that Biden had was bringing in jobs for green energy. Some place, I think North Carolina had a place that was going to have 150,000 jobs or something crazy like that. When Trump was in Russia at those beauty pageants, they recorded everywhere he went. Yes, they did, Big O. And there's a story or a rumor out that they told Trump that the cameras were rolling when he was in Russia. That's very true. That's the rumor anyway. But I wish the other parties were able to have a platform instead of just Keegan, that's the problem. You got to have money. Yeah, I believe it. We'll see. We'll see what happens Friday, Big O. We'll see what happens Friday. But Keegan, for real, it would be great, but you got to have money. There's only one man that can actually do this third party option. There's only one man. And when he decides to actually do it, which I would be happy. We'll see. Elon's been very quiet. Is he going to get... I heard there was... The early talk was with Elon's America Party or American Party, which is, I think it's America Party, that he was going to go after 6 or 7 races, 6 or 7 candidates that he was going to back into his new party. Nothing big, but enough to have leverage if they win, that before you pass legislation, well, now you got to go through the America Party. And he has the money to change the algorithm and do anything he wants to. You see, Trump hasn't messed with him. But if you think about who's the first person that said he was in the Epstein files? Elon Musk. He told Zelensky on national TV that he has no cards. In other words, he's not in the game. I don't know if I could trust a party backed by Elon. Big O, they're supposed to have a meeting with Zelensky before he goes and meets with Putin. We'll see. Keegan. Yeah, Elon is so wishy-washy, but if Elon gets off his ketamine long enough, if he gets off his drugs long enough, we'll see. I don't know. It's not going to happen. I don't know. Elon could do it. Elon has the money. He's the richest man in America. He could do it. To put, say, he paid $250 million for Trump, so why couldn't he put $25 million for that race he lost, that Superior Court race in Wisconsin, if I remember off the top of my head. So why couldn't he put $25 million? What's 25 times 7? 6 or 7. Get what I'm saying? He could do that. He could put $200 million, give every candidate, $10 to $15 million for a race. And why not watch the show and see what he can get done? If he gets, what's that, Massey? If he gets Massey and, I don't know. Name some other ones that would probably go to his side. Because if you don't remember, I believe has lost 122 billion by hanging around Trump. Yeah, but he's got a lot of influence too. He just got a raise from Tesla to be at work and actually concentrate on work. And I don't think he cares, Big O. He's a billionaire. He don't give a shit. 222 billion? Okay, and I think he's okay. He'll figure it out. You know? You have to remember, Elon Musk is actually an Obama Democrat. Remember, the first person to bring him around really on TV was Obama. If you think about it. I've said that for years. He's an Obama Democrat. Those cars won't be worth $2 when this thing is over. Watch what I tell you. Well, they said the best electric car right now is BYD. I think it's called B. What are you doing? What'd she do?
She was trying to get my food.
It's called BYD. It's a company out of China. They supposedly have the best.
But she looks tired.
Okay. They supposedly have the best electric cars going right now. Is BYD. Look it up. I think it's BYD. I want to say company out of China. But I mean, they're the best. I mean, they're the best electric company. I mean, Elon's cars are cool. You gotta give him that. And I think, we'll see what Elon does. I don't know. Elon's been awfully quiet. I really haven't heard much. I think he's trying to do what his company, Tesla, wanted him to do, is stay out of the limelight, and that's what he's doing. Wait until the American people find out what Elon really did to the American people. Oh. We know he destroyed USAID. He killed farmers. He was using the American government to get all of our information for his supercomputer. Just like that Teal guy. He was using the American government to get all of our information for his supercomputer. Just like that Teal guy. I don't know. We'll see. So we shall see. But I hear Rudy is working at Burger King. Rudy's crazy, man. Rudy's crazy. I think didn't they take his bar license away or something like that? Or he was on the chopping block to lose his bar license. He's another Trump guy. But like this one guy said, Trump only has a few really good friends that he really trusts. He ain't got a lot of them. And he don't mind not having a lot of them. He don't care about a lot of people. You know, so that's Trump. But no, I think that's the way to fix America. Free healthcare, free education, free community college, free trade school. And I think you can get it done. And you can get the workforce together, make America really start getting these young kids back to building with their hands and learning computers and learning the stuff that we need to make manufacturing come back to America. You can do it, but you got to build the infrastructure. And what Trump is doing is not building infrastructure, it's destroying infrastructure for his own gains. So he says one thing and does another. That alone would give people more incentive to do blue-collar work. It would give people an incentive to go to work. If you had more kids, think about this. You want to take poverty off the table in America? Let kids go to college, get a degree, get a certificate in a trade where they can go make money. Now we're taking kids in poor areas or people who wouldn't go to college anyway. You have them learn a trade. Now they have something in their hand that they can go get a good paying job and get their family out of poverty. You see what I'm saying? You see the bigger picture. See, I'm giving big picture things. And that's bigger. That's a big picture thing. And not everybody sees that big picture. But if you want to compete with China, you have to do these kind of things. You have to think big picture. You can't think small picture. Let me just get my pockets. That's the whole American dream. That would be fine if there was a normal situation, but it's not Trump. Oh, I know that. I'm just saying. Big O, I'm just saying this. Because we know what Trump's all about. Right? We know what he's all about. We don't need to say. We know what he's about. He's about grifting America. Making money for his own pocket. We know that. We know that for a fact. But, here's the big but. This is something totally different. This is different. If we were truly trying to make America great, this would be the way to do it. This is my fix to America. We're getting people out of poverty. We're getting people a job. Oh, look at this. They're going to work. Oh, look at this. They're making money. Look at this. Now we have less people in poverty. Oh, there's more people working. Look at all these construction jobs where, you know, where they're sitting here, they need welders. Oh, we got a bunch of welders in our place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I know what I'm saying is maybe, you know, I wish there was a president would come with that idea. I'd be so proud. Yeah, maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know. Because it makes America better than what we are now. There's many companies that say if you run manufacturing back, we don't have the people to work. We have gone back in time around about the 1930s. I'm telling you, man, they're taking everything away, man. It's scary. It's scary. But there was times when there was black cities. There was thriving black cities. I tell the story all the time. My family had land in Tulsa. Now, if you go back to the, you know, with the Tulsa riots, if you go back to Tulsa right now, there's nothing but oil wells on all that land that my family owned before they got ran out of town, got ran out of Tulsa. Hell, you could be talking to a millionaire right now, hell, if they wouldn't have got ran out of Tulsa like they did. And that's real talk. That's real talk. You know? But we gotta have people, we gotta sit here and let our politicians know this is what we want. We can do it. If Canada can do it, there's a lot of countries where college is free, everybody. Okay? There's a lot of colleges, there are a lot of countries that college is free. There's countries where insurance is free. Where it's like just a known thing. I have insurance. Now, is it like America? No. And you should have the option of free insurance given you by the government or a payer option. I guess that's what a payer option would be, I would say. The military's on the streets now, yeah. They want you to talk about something else, Big O. They don't want you to talk about that big, beautiful bill. They don't want you talking about Epstein. They don't want you talking about what Israel's doing. They don't want you talking about his little meeting with Putin. I mean, this is going to be crazy before it gets, it's going to be worse before it gets better. So, I mean, but that's what's going on. But that's my fix. I know Trump ain't trying to do that. I'm just saying if you really wanted to match his policies with some common sense, that would work. And the crazy part about it is, if Trump really wanted to do that, he could have done that for America. Think about that for a second. He owns the Congress. If Trump came in there and said, this is what we're going to do, this is what I want to do, they would have done it, and Trump might have been known as the greatest president ever. Now he'll be known as the worst because he's just grifting off the country, but, you know. I mean, you know. But really, if Trump really wanted to do that, he could have done that. He could have made the Department of Education something we could be proud about, not trying to shut it down. You know, pray to God if Democrats win the midterms, they'll stop that. If Democrats win the House, they're going to cut the whole tariff thing is going to be done for. You know, so I mean, just be ready for that. They will shut that tariff shit down, which is just another money scheme to, you know, to get Trump more money. You know, because you know, if a company wants to get out of the whole tariff thing, they got to pay Trump, pay homage to the king. It's bullshit, but you know, that's what he's doing. So, all right, we have 3 people in the building. We have, wow, almost 7,000 likes, guys. I appreciate it. Really do. Trump has already shut down the media, and now they're coming at resistance. What Trump has done is shut down legacy media. That's why media like me, I don't know if I call myself media. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say that. But independent media sources are so big right now. Guys, if you believe in true media, go look on YouTube, look at podcasts, go to different people's lives, and listen. Listen, find somebody that you listen to and say, okay, I'm going to invest my time into you. And if they're coming and telling the truth, and they're doing what they're supposed to, invest your time into them, right? There are a lot of these guys that got podcasts. Go listen to them. I listen to podcasts all the time. I do a podcast. Invest your time and tell other people, invest their time into it. AI is going to take over all that. Now they're trying to. They're trying to. Can't always trust AI, but yeah. But I'm serious though, Big O. I'm serious, Keegan. And whoever else is on here. I'm not sure who else is on here. If I missed your name, I apologize. Invest your time. Listen to other podcasts sell legacy media. Go to Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Like I tell you guys about mine. You guys seem to listen. Go find my podcast. Go find Pod Save America's podcast. The Young Turks. Kyle Kozinski. There's a bunch of them out there, man. Listen to legacy media. Don't listen to legacy media, I should say. Independent media is the way to go. This Saturday is the state Democratic committee meeting, and I'm going to try to go to it. Go to it. Hey, Keegan, if you go to it, please come back with a report on Monday, man. I'd appreciate it. Get my name out there. Tell them to listen to my podcast. Let's drink some water. I'm a little parched. I've been eating candy, but gotta get a big drink of water there. But yeah, Keegan, go to it, man. I would love to hear what you find out from it. Will do, huh? Appreciate it. But yeah, bring back a report, man. I mean, because I think the Democratic Party needs to be more. They need to be ready to fight. And if these people are not ready to fight, get the hell out the way and let the young dogs in that want to fight. That's where I'm at. If you don't want to fight, get the hell out the way. Go home. Because we need people who are ready to go out here and fight for America and quit letting these people just tell lies to American people. We have people who are in the lower 30% that are MAGA supporters that don't realize what's about to happen to them. Let that sink in. They don't even have a clue, man. They don't have a clue what's about to happen to them. They don't have a clue that they're about to get the bomb dropped on them. You know? Like I said, January 1st of next year is going to be very interesting. It's going to be nuts. When you start hearing, you're going to, and you will, when you wake up January 1st and these payments go, and these Affordable Care Act payments go high. Keegan, if you go to the demonstrations, yo, man, tag me on some posts, man. Tag me on some posts. Take some pictures, something. Tag me in it, please. I've been really encouraging more people my age to start speaking out. Hey, listen. Bring them to the podcast. Bring them to the lives. Come on, man. Hey, listen. We need more young people to kind of understand the process. What's going on? This is, how old are you, Keegan? I think, did you tell me you were 27? Is that correct, Keegan? I'm trying to remember. I think you told me you're 27. 23. Okay, you're a young pup. You're a young pup. Your life is just beginning. Mine's, I'm getting on that back nine, as they say. Hey, man. Don't let them fall into the trap. Young people need to understand this is their time to sit here and take over, right? They have a stake in this also. I was a young and dumb at 23. I was wilding out. I was wild as hell, and that's real, man. Bring your friends onto the podcast. Bring them onto the live. Shit. Let's get them on here. Let's talk. What are we talking about for your generation? What do you guys want? What do you see for your generation? You know what I'm saying? What do you see for your life? I mean, you're 23, man. I mean, good Lord, man. You possibly got another 50, 60 more years to live, man. You gotta think about that, man. Let your voice be heard. Honestly, a lot of people my age just don't care because they don't understand, Keegan. Has anybody ever sat down with them and told them the importance of what's going on? Or the people I know personally, anyway. But have they ever sat down and had somebody actually talk to them and say, well, how important this shit is? Like, what's going on? How it's going to affect their generation? I mean, you have to realize we have a big, beautiful bill. Our deficit's already 39 trillion. 39 trillion. And it could go possibly upwards, I've heard upwards of $50 trillion of debt that your age people are going to have to sit and run with. Did you see what J.D. Vance said, that women shouldn't be allowed to vote? I wouldn't be surprised. Nah, we're in Arkansas, though. We're surrounded by MAGA. MAGA people who don't know the bottom's about to hit on them, Keegan. Keegan, when you have a conversation with them, and I'm not surprised, Big O, about J.D., they're and these MAGA women just sit here and they're like, oh, I guess so. I don't need to vote. I don't need to have abortions. You know, these women are silly. But Keegan, you need to sit here and let them know. So, I mean, you know what's going to happen? Keep talking. People listen. People laughed at me when I started doing this podcasting and doing lives. People laughed at me. I'm serious, no shit. People laughed at me. People still laugh at me. People still do. You know, they laugh at me. And I come here and I just give knowledge and I just talk to people. I talk to people all the time. You know, you disagree with me or agree with me. I talk to people all the time. You know, but you have to sit here and be able to talk to people. You got to sit there and keep talking to them. Don't give up on them. Don't give up. Don't ever give up on people, Keegan. Don't give up. Just keep talking. And anytime you have friends maybe you find a couple that are serious, bring them to the live. Bring them to the live. You know? Bring them in. Bring them in to listen to somebody. It don't have to be me. Bring them in to listen to somebody. I've talked to a lot of MAGA people that by the end of the conversation are like, huh, that's interesting. I take you seriously. Thank you, Big O. But I'm serious. Very serious, man. Bring them to the show. I don't care if they're MAGA. Sometimes you listen to perspectives that aren't true. People do that to people all the time. Like I said, people used to use the Bible to keep slaves in check. So it's not like it hasn't been done before. You see my point? They've done it before. We'll do it again. Hey, Alex.
What?
Check on your mom real quick for me, please.
Yeah, she's alright.
Okay. But, huh? Oh, okay. But, I mean, honestly, Keegan, Big O, or anybody else is on here, if you have people that are undecided about stuff, bring them onto the show. Let's talk. Let's talk. I'll talk all damn night if I have to. I'll do whatever it takes. I do 8 to 10, but trust me, I've done. I remember this one time I did a live. Big O, you don't believe this? I started at. I used to do it from 10 to 12, right? I did this one. I wasn't planning on doing it. There was some news that came up. I started at 10 o'clock, 9:30 or so. Actually, 9:30. Hell, I didn't get done until 2 o'clock in the morning. Because the conversation was that good and we were getting at it, and I love it. And I love it. And I don't mind it. And it's all good. Keegan, bring them on. Bring them over. Let them know. Because you have to realize it. You know, we're going into a world where, you know, your environment is at risk. I mean, you have a guy that's talking about going to Mars. What are we talking about? Now they're talking about, Elon was talking about building a nuclear power plant on the moon. I'm like, what in the world's going on? I don't think that MAGA should be allowed in the conversation. They have done enough damage. But Big O, we cannot turn our back on people. See, this is what I'm talking about. We have to come together. Because whether we believe it or not, MAGA's part of the 80% like we are. Or 90% if you think about it. There's 10% above that have FU money. And they do what they want to. And they just sit here and chill. Hello, Matt. If you're still on here. And they have FU money. And they do what they want to. And they watch us sit here and scram and we fight other people. We have to start bringing MAGA in. We have to be able to talk to them and have a conversation. I may not agree with MAGA, and I don't agree with MAGA. But we gotta be able to have a conversation. We can't give up on them. Because there's a lot of them that if you sit and you talk to them, and they say nonsense, you gotta be able, I believe in, they do believe in Trump. But we gotta be able to have a conversation with them, Big O. We gotta be able to sit here, talk to them, look them in the eye, and say, "No, man, that's not true," right? And have a conversation, right? 'Cause I think people are seeing that what Trump is doing is not good for the country. I really believe that if they take the blinders off and we sit here and we really look at stuff. There are a lot of MAGA that are currently leaving. I've been trying to get my parents to wake up. Some people, you ever heard of people that, you know, that you talk to about the stove is hot, you know, the stove is hot, you know, story they always say, you know, when you tell somebody the stove is hot, do they touch the stove or do they just not touch the stove and kind of listen? Some people gotta learn by the hard way. You gotta learn the hard way. And that's boiling frogs, right? Boiling frogs, yes. We have to sit here, and some people need to learn the hard. Look, I have a brother-in-law. If Haley was on here, thank you, Big O. That's very true. He was like that. I told him a long time ago about Trump. And then one day he calls me up. He says, "Cameron, you're not going to believe this, but you're right." I said, "Well," he just calls me out of the blue. I'll tell you the story. He voted for Trump. He told me how great Trump was, and I told him exactly what was going to happen. Pretty close. I've been pretty accurate on Trump, to be very honest. He calls me up one day, out of the blue, mind you, and he says, "Cameron, I want to talk to you about something." I was like, "Okay, what's up?" And he says, "Yo, man, you were right." So I'm like, "What are you talking about?" "You were right about Trump." So I guess a lot of his co-workers, who are union guys, are finally getting the point. Trump ain't what he says he is. He's not for union workers. Well, duh, I could have told you that. He doesn't believe in unions. I mean, you know, I told you that actually. I told you everything that he was going to do. I told you he was going to sit here and steal from the government. I told you all this. I tried. People didn't listen. And so now when we go to family functions, my wife tells me not to talk. So my wife warns me before we go, "Cameron, do not talk about politics. And so I go to family functions and I sit very quietly while people talk. Now people will ask me. I said, I promised my wife I wouldn't get into it today. So, but But Keegan, keep talking to him. Bring him on to the live sometime, Keegan. No judgment. This is a judge-free zone, man. Like I said, I've had MAGA people on here. Big O, you can let them know. I've had people on here that vehemently disagreed, argue with me. I've had illegal, undocumented. I had one undocumented person on here I haven't heard from, which I'm kind of nervous about. I hope he's okay. Alejandro, I think his name was. Ooh, excuse me. And I hope he's okay. He was a nice kid. He was a very nice young man. Very nice young man. Bring him on, Keegan. If you know people who are halfway kind of wanting to listen, bring them on. Let's talk. Why do you like Trump? What policies do you see? What made you look at Trump and say he's the one? Look at what's going on in the world around you. He promised us he could stop the war in Ukraine in 24 hours. It's quite a bit past 24 hours. He promised us a lot of stuff. He promised us lower prices. The grocery store ain't getting lower. He said, I just love tariffs. The no tax on overtime is a joke. The no tax on overtime is a joke. That's all I was just looking up today. And it's not even permanent. That's the crazy part. If he gave a shit about American workers, why didn't he make the no tax on overtime permanent? He made it for his billionaire buddies. This is stuff you got to bring up, Keegan. You got to let him know. Say, yo, why didn't he do that, guys? What if he's a pedophile? What's going on with the Epstein files? These are questions to ask. These are questions. And it's not a hoax made by Democrats. I mean, look at the timeline. Questions to ask people. Questions to ask. Trust me, I talk to people all the time. And I have to sit here and correct people all the time. Listen, my brother-in-law was a big Trumper. He's not anymore. His wife is. But then she's starting to kind of catch on, But this is what you have to do. You have to have the conversation. You gotta be willing to go with the conviction of your thoughts, of what you believe in, and have the conversation. Let them know, hey, your insurance is about to go up. I don't know what kind of insurance they have. Their insurance is about to go up. Everybody's insurance is about to go up because of tariffs. Because of Donald Trump. It's just, we got to have conversations. Like I said it the other day on a pod. I don't want to hear no more about Biden and his economy. I don't give a shit anymore. I don't give a shit. Don't tell me about Biden. I'm done. Don't talk to me about Biden. Don't talk about Biden and his economy. Everything is yours now, buddy. The inflation that's going up. Everything. A lot of people here on Medicare and Medicaid, they're going to learn the hard way. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what they're going to learn about. Even Medicare is going to get touched, Keegan. People don't even understand that. People don't understand the pay-go rule. People don't understand it. And I've talked about it several times on here about pay-go. And you'd be surprised how many people do not understand what that even is about and how it does affect Medicaid, or Medicare, I should say. Because remember, Medicare is for retired people, Medicaid is for poor, right? Well, Medicare is going to get touched also. Medicare is going to get touched. But how many people know that? Not many people know that. Not many people know that, man. In the Medicaid thing, where are you from, Keegan? I can't remember. I know Big O's from Louisiana. I can't remember where you said you were from. I'm about to start remembering. There's so many things. Where you from, Keegan? 23 years old. Ooh, Arkansas. Yes, right. You just told me that Arkansas, yeah. Let me look at something real quick. Let me see something. I'm gonna give you some numbers. Healthcare impact. I was in Franklin County, but I just moved to Central Arkansas around Little Rock. Okay. Where I keep forgetting to ask my wife where she used to live at. Conway, Arkansas is where my wife used to live at. Looking for enrollment numbers and opening Arkansas advocate for Medicaid details. Okay. I'm going to give you a number to think about. Well, looking for Arkansas numbers. Enrollment on KFF page. Just give me some information. I'm waiting on my wonderful computer. Yeah. Conway is like 30 minutes from me. Like, yeah. My wife used to live in Conway when she was a little kid. I'm trying to let my computer, it's running a little slow today. Or actually my AI is interpreting the chart, it says. What was it? Because I want you to think about these numbers that's going to hit Arkansas. Now you have to remember Arkansas is also a borrower state. So what that means is there's certain states that when the government gives them money, they send it back. California, New York, Illinois, places like that. When the government gives them federal funds, they say, we don't need your funds, we take care of ourselves. Arkansas is not one of those states. So they need the money to run their program. But if you're in Arkansas, like Kansas, we're a borrower state. So in Kansas, I think the number is 92,000 people are going to lose insurance. When you add people, when the ACA payments get too high, plus you add Medicaid, it's around 92,000, I think I saw somewhere. So I'm trying to see what they say about Arkansas. It's taking a lot longer, right? And I'm pretty concerned about the poor people out here. I am too, Keegan. I'm really concerned. And the thing about it is, a lot of people that we're talking about that voted against their interests because they thought Trump was going to do something different. So according to this right here, it says Medicaid estimates 62 to 70,000 people will lose Medicaid once the federal work requirement of the Big Beautiful Bill is implemented. So it says the ban implies the order of 100 to 130,000 people losing coverage in the minimum run. Hello, Lorena. So that's what we're looking at. So roughly 62 to 70,000 people, but altogether probably 130,000 people are going to lose Medicaid with work requirements. So, but what if you're already working? It's not like McDonald's gives people, I give this example all the time. Walmart just now started, damn, that's sad to hear. It is Keegan, but it's the truth. because of the big beautiful bill that Republicans passed. Donald Trump said he wasn't going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it. You know, I argued with my son about fraud and abuse. He's like, there's over $1 billion worth of fraud and abuse. I said, no, there isn't. That's another lie by Trump. You're telling me I say, and just go any further, he is taking out $896 billion from Medicaid. But there's that much fraud and abuse, because that's what they're saying. The reason why they cut Medicaid, because there's all this fraud and abuse. $896 billion worth of fraud and abuse. That's from Donald Trump. I didn't say it. Donald Trump said it. And what, 200 and some billion dollars from SNAP, from food stamps? That's how much fraud there is. No, I didn't say it. Trump said it. Now, of course, there's other people out there you'll see on YouTube. If you look around, they'll say, oh, no, he didn't mean it that way. Yes, he did. He's cutting the program. He's cutting the program. He is killing the program. That is what Trump is doing right now. He is going to kill the program. He is going to kill the program. And, but you can't get that through people's head. You know? Breakdown County. Most at risk. But that's what's going to happen. You know? This is why, hopefully in the midterms, we get enough, hopefully Democratic people come in there, and maybe we can repeal the big, beautiful bill. Wouldn't that be wonderful? If you get enough people in there that can repeal the big, beautiful bill, and you can repeal it. If you get enough people in there, you can repeal this. Because it's going to hurt a lot of people. But that's a lot of people in Arkansas. California is going to lose, I can't remember how many millions of people are going to lose it in California. You know, Kansas is going to lose 92. This doesn't even count SNAP, food stamps. What about the food stamps in Arkansas? What about rural hospitals? I love it. We could get that to happen, Keegan, but we got to work. The only way you can be a part of the Trump administration and go against the Constitution, yeah, they don't believe in the Constitution. And when you don't have a Congress that believes in the Constitution, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? They don't believe in the Constitution, and nobody stands up for the Constitution. That's where we're at now. We have people in our Congress that don't stand up they don't stand up to fight for the Constitution they swore to protect. Yes, dictatorship. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's the problem. We have nobody that's going to sit there and defend the Constitution right now. There's nobody. In the Republicans. Now, there might be, I think, Thomas Massey from the representative from Kentucky. He's one that he's kind of bucking the system with Trump. I hear they're removing articles from the online version. Yes, that's true. That's true. They don't want you to know about due process and things of that nature. They don't want you to know about that. They don't want you to know about, I don't know what parts they're taking out, but he is leaving. Who's leaving? Big O, who's leaving? It says he is leaving. I'm just reading what it says. Massey. Yeah, Massey is going to, I don't know if he's leaving Congress, but I believe he's one of those, I think Elon, if Elon's going to back somebody, he might back him. He might do it. That's been a name that I've heard floating around that would help out, Elon would help out, would be somebody like Massey. And then you got MTG, who's another person that's railing out against Trump because of this thing in Israel. That I am so shocked that more Democrats aren't coming out. He's not going to stay. Oh, he's not. That's a mistake. He needs to fight. Don't be scared now. Don't get scared. Don't get scared now. I haven't heard that, Big O. I gotta hop off for the night. I'll share your live around. Hopefully some more people will join. Hey, we'll be back here tomorrow again. Okay? Come on back. Trump will find someone to run against him. And he might, Big O, but oh, it said now Big O. Now my AI, my Chat GPT says that he has officially declared his intention to run for re-election in 26. So we'll see. It says Donald Trump and his political network are actively working to defeat Massey in 26. Primary in June, Trump taped his first super PAC to unseat a city Republican. Other high-profile figures are also eyeing the challenge. State Senator Aaron Reed has publicly signaled interest in a primary run against Massey. That's interesting. Additionally, have been mentioned as possible challenges. Despite mounting pressure, Massey himself remains defiant. I hope he wins. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see, man. Big O, we'll see. What a Republican disgrace with Trump is over, and they know it. Well, I think a lot of them look at Trump and they say, okay, we got what we wanted. Do we stay with Trump? Because Trump's not going to be here forever. I mean, he is 80-some years old. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be very honest. He's what, 82? 82? He has that swelling in his leg, and I mean, there's a lot of things going on. So, I don't know, Big O. But hopefully Massey will win. I think a lot of people in Kentucky are pissed off at Trump right now because they're losing jobs. Their distilleries are losing. I mean, there's a lot of distilleries that are like, I think they've lost over, I saw somewhere 120 to 150,000 jobs in distilleries in Kentucky. Unless they got a better plan than that, I think there's a lot of people that are pissed. And remember, Kentucky has a Democratic governor. So, we shall see. Oh yeah, a lot of stuff that the Big Beautiful Bill is doing doesn't start until after the midterms, right? So it will affect the next president. It will affect that, you know. But you gotta remember, the next stuff that's really going to affect the president, the 26, is going to be the ACA. Everybody's insurance is going to go up. Tariffs are still alive and well. Let's see what happens with Israel and the Gaza Strip. Let's see what happens with that. I think Christmas is going to be fine because he made that deal with China to hold the tariffs off for 3 months, so everybody can once again load up on Chinese goods, because Chinese manufactures everything. They can bring everything in, and then Christmas won't be killing everybody. Everybody won't die from the prices at Christmas. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at that also. So Christmas won't be a complete disaster, but it's going to start in January again. Here we go again. But we're going to see gerrymandering in Texas, and Do you think Trump's young son will run for? I heard he has problems meeting people online. He just wants to be a kid. I don't know if he really wants to get in this shit. I really don't. I don't know. Barron, I think Barron just wants to be a kid. I really do. You really don't see him that much in the limelight. He's very polite. Now he actually shook Kamala Harris's hand when his dad wouldn't. He's a polite kid. I think he's being groomed for that. I don't know. You have to realize. My son was telling me that poor kid can't even find people to play online with him on video games. That's sad. And he didn't do nothing wrong. He supported his dad. Good for him. Support your father. You know. Yes, your dad may be a scumbag, and we may not like him very well, and he may not be everybody's cup of tea, but just support your father. You know. He may be one of those kids that after Trump gets out of the White House, Melania may leave and he may leave with his mama. It could happen. It could easily happen. I don't think Melania is a big fan of what Trump does either. You know, but I wouldn't be shocked if he leaves the limelight. Not a lot of kids, if you think about it, run for office. His last name is Trump. He has been cursed. Yeah, but he could always change his name to his mom's maiden name. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what Melania's name was before she got married to Donald, but he could easily do that. He don't have to be a Trump. But how many kids go into the limelight of politics after their parents? I mean, it happens. Nah. That kid could grow his hair out. And he's a tall kid. He's what, 6'5", 6'7"? I mean, he's a tall kid. Grow his hair out, grow a beard, change his whole persona. He don't have to go into politics. Obama's kids didn't. Biden's kids didn't. Clinton's kid didn't. Now the first Trump, both of his sons did. Both Bushes did. Ronald Reagan's kids did. I mean, his one son was vehemently against the Republican Party, you know. So I'm trying to think who else. I mean, you look at some of them. I mean, some of them don't. Some of them really don't get involved in it. This is something different. Yeah, but you have to realize the MAGA movement is Trump. Trump is the MAGA movement. Donald has made it plain to everybody involved, I am MAGA. Right? He said that. That was his exact words. I am MAGA. Okay? So, you have to realize that once Trump is gone, does MAGA die with him? Very possible. It's very possible. It won't be the same. Because who in the Republican Party is a superstar like Trump? How many of them do you see that are rock stars like Trump? I mean, let's just be honest. Trump's a rock star. Trump has the charisma. Remember, he's a TV star. You know, You're Fired, you know, The Apprentice. Trump is just like his father. Yeah, his father was a piece of work, wasn't he? But his daddy wasn't nothing like Donald. Donald Trump is a different type of cat. You know, I mean, we have to realize he's a different breed of duck. He's a TV star. That's why the whole Jon Stewart thing, I keep hearing Jon Stewart. It's going around. Jon Stewart from The Daily Show. People are talking to him about running for president. Don't be shocked if you see Jon Stewart run for president. And the reason being, he is a comedian. He is naturally fast on his feet. He knows his shit. So if you were to sit here and debate him, I think you'd have a problem. Because he's fast on his feet. Comedians have to be. Good comedians are fast on their feet. You know that, Big O. You watch, so you said you were 70, so you're a Richard Pryor guy? Red Fox? I mean, I know I was. I love Richard Pryor. And I've listened to Red Fox before, you know. But you listen, George Carlin, you listen to cats like that, you know. They can make a run for president because Trump is a celebrity. I grew up with them, yeah. And I've listened to tapes of them also. I've listened to tapes of them. I love Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, shit. I'm a Dave Chappelle guy right now. I mean, he's my favorite right now is Dave Chappelle. But people like that, they're so fast. So if they were to get on the debate stage, he can debate somebody because his mind's quick. From the timing of being a comedian, his mind's fast. He can go back and forth with somebody. And I don't see any Republican that right now, the person we expect to run for president be like JD. Can JD debate? I mean, JD's a smart guy. JD's very smart, you know. But would MAGA support him? Because I don't know if he's straight MAGA. I don't know if he's a strong... Remember, he did call Donald Trump Hitler. He did say that. JD said that. JD did say that. So we have to look at that kind of dynamic. But yeah, I don't think Barron's going to run. I don't see it. He could. Republicans have to cheat to win. Well, I mean, they're gerrymandering now in Texas. I mean, it's going to happen. California's going to happen. Illinois said they're going to try to do it. I mean, it's all a game. And they're trying to take away voting rights from people. And this is why we need to talk about it and keep fighting and you know, keep doing what you got to do. And hopefully the Supreme Court does its job like it's supposed to and knocks down some of these laws that are trying to take away your voting rights, you know. But we'll see. We'll see, Big O. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of interested to see myself. I don't know how it's going to work. But you got to get people out to vote, Big O. Everybody you talk to, make sure they're registered. I'm going to talk about it. I might do a TikTok. Are you registered to vote? Are you ready to vote for 2026? Your vote counts. If you don't believe in what's going on in America, make sure you vote. Make sure you vote. I think there's going to be a big bunch of people voting 2026. Right? And I think in 2020 it's going to be one of the biggest votes ever. What do you think would happen if black people would go out in the streets to start protesting, get shot? But, you know, we had Black Lives Matter. And then come to find out they were scheming black people. I mean, you know, the Black Lives Matter movement was a great thing. But then they start scheming black folks. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. But we need to get more people to vote, Big O. So if you know people in Louisiana, tell them be ready to vote. Get yourself registered. Get yourself ready to vote. We need you. We need you. We need people. We need to get people to get ready to vote. We need people to vote for the 2026 election and for the presidency in 28. Be ready to vote. Be ready to do your part. That's what Trump is waiting on. He don't think everybody's going to vote, and people don't always vote. That's why I'm happy to hear that young guy, Keegan, his name was Keegan, 23 years old, and we got him on here. That's big, man. That's big, Big O. If we can get young people on here to sit here and listen about voting and going out there and doing your civic duty, yo, man, that's what we got to do. We got to encourage the young. I'm going to tell my son, hey, you're 18 now, bud. You get to vote. You get to vote. Get your ass out there and vote. You know? But that's what we have to do, Big O. Sheila Coffer. Sheila Coffer. Sounds familiar. Oh, she's off of here. She jumped off. But, I mean, for real, we have to sit here and talk to people and get people to vote. And it's okay to vote. It's okay. It's okay. I want people to vote. I want people to sit here and have a conversation about voting. When I was 16, we had no other choice but to get involved. Yeah. Well, Big O, welcome to the second time that you're gonna have to vote, because democracy is in your hands. If we don't get out and do our part, we can't complain. You know, we have to do our part. It's in our hands. We have to. I'm not gonna stop doing this podcast for anything, unless I get sick. Knock on wood. Let's hope not. I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna be on here. I'm gonna be talking about the same things. I'm gonna try to twist different questions. Like, did God give us Trump? That was a twisted question that kind of went differently, you know. But it was a way for engagement. We're trying to get engagement, Big O. We're trying to get more people to come on and engage and have a conversation. People are scared. Big O, we gotta have people engage and have a conversation and don't be afraid to talk. I don't have a problem sitting here talking. I don't have a problem sitting here saying whatever I need to say. Don't give two F's about it. I already had TikTok try to shut me down tonight as is. I think it's BS. You know? And they're gonna try to shut down your right to talk. You know? But that's why you have to sit here and keep talking. This time next year they will be screaming. This time next year we're gonna have primaries that I can't get involved in because I am an independent voter. But I will watch. And I want the Democrats to get it back and do the right thing. We gotta have opposition. Right now we have a lot of people talking and no opposition. So we need MAGA people. We need Republicans to come in and say, well, that's not right. That's not the rule of law. Right? That's one. Well, hopefully if they get the House back, we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Flower Waiting Bud. That's a cool name. That's different. But that's what we have to do, Big O. Hey, Flower, how you doing? Did God bring us Trump? If you're still on, did God bring us Trump? What do you think? Question of the night. Jump in and have your say. And Big O, make sure you talk to everybody around you, man. Talk to everybody around you. I sure will talk to everybody around me. I don't think Kansas has any primaries this year. I think ours is usually locked in with the president. I do it every day. I do too, Big O. Well, you know I do. I come on here. But in my private life when I'm not online, I always bring this stuff up. Or people actually want to talk to me about it, you know, which I find interesting. You know, But people always want to talk to me. As of late, Christmas, when the holidays come up, that'll be interesting. Because if it goes to politics and people look at me, like expect me to say something, you know, if they want to, I'll go in and I'll talk. But if not, it's not a big deal. Oh, we just lost Flower. Oh no, we just lost Flower. She was here for a second, then she left us. Oh no. Rickson, on here for a second. I know he is not clocked in yet, so it's all good. She will be back. Oh, you know her? You know her, Big O? It's a new name, so I didn't know. You know Flower? Came on a set in Rio by Garbage. I don't know who that is. Who that is. But yeah, we gotta keep talking about it, man. No, but she is interested. Give her time. Okay, hey, I got all night. Well, I don't have all night. My anniversary's tomorrow, so I'll be married 21 years. 21 years. 21? Yeah, 21 years. But yeah, we have to sit here and have the conversation with people. You know, and some of the conversation's always going to be tough. I've learned in my personal life. The conversation can be tough, but the courage of your convictions, man. You have courage. This is tough. This is a tough conversation sometimes. It's not that tough, but you know, you get what I'm saying. That's good. Have a great tomorrow. Are you and your wife? Yeah, tomorrow's the anniversary. I think she says she's gonna take me to go to the casino and go eat or something. So I usually don't do a lot of casinos. Who's Alex? I don't. Yeah, we'll see what we're gonna do tomorrow. I already mowed the grass, so we don't have nothing. But we're supposed to go grab something for lunch or whatever. So we shall see. We shall see. So yeah, 21 years, man. 21 years. Not easy to do, but nothing that's worth a damn ever is what my grandpa used to tell me. My grandpa was really big on that. Oh, thank you, Big O. Thank you. My grandpa used to tell me that if anything that's worth a damn is hard to, it's going to be hard to obtain and even harder to keep. The old man has interesting words of wisdom that still talk to me today. They still talk to me today. All the shit he used to say. He was a guy from Oklahoma. And all his Okie sayings and stories. Yeah. He was a funny old dude. He was a funny old man. Loved him to death. He raised me. So a lot of my values are old values, you know. Hold the door open. I'm not even supposed to wear the hat in the house, you know, that kind of thing. So, but like I said, it's old values that my grandpa taught me. I worked 39 years on one job. Yeah, the most I've done on one job. I don't know. See, right now my job, I'm close to 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I'll be 8 years next year at the job I'm on now. The longest I was a water plant operator for 12 years. If God brought us Trump, he must be one of the four horsemen. Yes, Justin. Yes. Well, what I meant by that, Justin, was Trump is showing us who people are. You know, I always tell the story how big fan I was of Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, I love Dr. Phil. But I'm seeing now that Dr. Phil's a piece of shit. I mean, straight up. I mean, he's going on ICE raids. He's treating these people like they're... You ever seen that show, To Catch a Predator? You know, he's also showing us who he is, and it's not great. It's not. It's there's a clip of him and Bill Maher, and Bill Maher asked him, why are you going on the ICE raids? And Dr. Phil, they got a rap sheet this long, and there's child sex trafficking and all this. And it's like, nah, dude. No. Don't lie to us. You ain't got to lie to kick it. You ain't got to lie. You know? You ain't got to lie. But that's what these people do. They sit here and they lie to, oh, they're sex traffickers. That's the first thing they come up with. We got a possible sex trafficker in office. What are we talking about? That's another story for another day. Another story for another day. But I can't, Dr. Phil drove me crazy. I never liked him because I could see through him. Yeah, I just like watching the show with Dr. Phil. You know what I mean? I just liked the show, and I thought, because let's start here. Oprah endorsed him, right? So I'm thinking, but also Oprah did endorse Dr. Oz, and he's another interesting cat that works for Trump. But you look at Dr. Phil, and you're like, okay, he's bringing families together. Now he's tearing them apart, tearing it apart, and they're not going after the worst criminals in America. That's a lie. We all know Stephen Miller said, I want 3,000 people deported a day. 3,000 a day. And it's a stain on America. That'll be in books, history books, how we sat here in the MAGA movement and how it almost destroyed America. I mean, it may, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But our politicians have failed us. They have failed us. They don't believe in the rule of law. They don't believe that, they believe Trump should have absolute power, and they're giving it to him as we speak. They're giving it to him instead of doing their jobs. But we'll have to see how it works out. We'll have to kind of keep an eye out and see, okay, do they shut this down? Does it stop? I mean, we'll see. I have no idea. I have none whatsoever. I don't know. I don't know. But that was, Justin, I don't think you're still on here. If you are, that was the meaning of the question. That was the end. That's what I was thinking. Because Rosie O'Donnell said it. Not Rosie O'Donnell. Roseanne Barr said it first. And she meant it like, oh, it's a godsend that they brought us Donald Trump. And it's like, bullshit. Bullshit. He's one of the worst. I think he's the worst president we've ever had. For what he supposedly has done, what has he done? Except made the rich richer. Oh, goody. He made the poor poorer. He's going to make a lot of new people extra poor. Prices are going up. Tariffs are making our prices go up. Our insurance is about to go up because of his tariffs. Countries are now becoming friends that normally wouldn't even mess with each other. He has a meeting with Putin Friday, which who knows what the hell that's going to look like. I have not a damn clue. I'm kind of like you guys. I'm kind of waiting to see what the hell's going to happen. I don't know. I'm kind of like, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm waiting to see. And not that I'm nervous about it. I'm just kind of like, I want to see what's going to happen. But the thing about it is, it's going to be a closed-door meeting between Trump and Putin with just their interpreters there in the room. No other people. So who knows what the hell's going to be said? Who knows what they're going to agree to? Who the hell knows? It's going to be interesting. I wish I could be there. I like to be a fly on the wall. Because Trump is not as savvy as Putin. So don't think Putin will have that place wired for sound or whatever. He'll figure something out. Putin's not dumb. And Trump may be smart and have it wired for sound. Who knows? But I know Putin will find a way. You gotta remember, Putin was a spy. Wasn't he a spy or KGB or something? I promise you it won't benefit you. No. He's gonna give up Ukraine. He's gonna give up provinces to Ukraine. You know. And even though Europe is trying to support him, and I mean they bought $1 billion worth of weapons from the United States to give to Ukraine to fight. So, but it won't. Ukraine's about to get screwed in this one. They're about to get screwed pretty bad. Sad to hear, but it's the truth. Sad to hear, but it's the truth. The truth is what it is. It's not always nice, but the truth is what it is. But yeah, Ukraine's about to get screwed. They're about to get the old screw job. But we'll see. I mean, it's going to be interesting because Trump's made a lot of wild rhetoric. Big Scotty B was here and left. But he's made a lot of rhetoric. He said they better not. And what he doesn't know, I don't think he understands, this BRICS thing is real. BRICS is real. BRICS is real. And Trump is just leading us right into where BRICS is going to take over. All these countries are tired of the United States telling them what to do and how to move and when to step and fetch. They're tired of it. So we shall see. Well, Big O, I have to leave this live. I have to go to the bathroom, and it is 10:30. I need to do some computer work before I go to sleep. So, we will have to see each other tomorrow. I'll be here again. Good night to you. So, who we got here? Jason Heck. Join and he left. Oh, there you go. Heck, Jason Heck. Oh, heck. I'll be here tomorrow from 8 to 10. I'm pretty sure. That's my plan anyway, unless the wife changes it. I will see you tomorrow. May God bless you. May God bless the United States of America. Now, who is this? Why does that name sound familiar? Hold on, Irma. Oh. Welcome to the show. I was about to end it, but now we got somebody new on here. Hold on. Oh, we got a young buck on here. Let's see if she's still gonna stay. Oh, geez, I'm trying to get this thing to swipe over. Uh-oh. Okay, screw it. There we go. What's up? Big, I was about to quit, but now we got on here. What you want to talk about today, Miss I was about to walk off here before you jumped on here. I can hang on for another 30 minutes, maybe. We'll see. I was about to hop off, to be honest. And we got somebody else on here. We got 3 people on here. I'm not sure who the third is. Heard about your TikTok, wanted to see what they were about. So, here's the story of Mr. Abington. I have a podcast I do called Podcast versus the World, okay? Now, it all started with, that's pretty cool. My computer's beeping me over here. It started with me doing TikToks. Then I started doing an actual podcast. Podcast versus the World. See the flag back there, right? I'm on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube, okay? I talk over daily events, politics. I started doing that for a while. And then, Big O will tell you, Big O, I hope he's still on here. I think he still is. I started doing lives. So now I've been doing lives every Monday through Friday from 8 to 10. Just lives where we talk, different subjects. Get stuff off your chest. If you're a MAGA, if you're a Donald Trump supporter or MAGA, it's all good. I'm here. Okay, hey, Big O. I was gonna quit, but now I got 2 people on here. I'm not sure who the second person is. Guess we'll keep going, which is all good. Told you I don't care. And we just talk politics and the worldview and what's gonna happen and this kind of stuff to look for. And if there's stuff you don't understand, I try to go over it. We've talked Epstein. We've talked so much different stuff, you know. I want to hear what she has to say. Me too, Big O. I'm kind of listening. I want to listen to Erm. So what do you think about what's going on in America? What's your views? Listen, Erm, let me tell you. This is a free, open space, safe space to say what you have to say. If you believe in Trump, wonderful. I don't mind. Okay? You're not going to get clowned or anything. I'm not going to sit here and try to tear you apart because we differ in opinions. Okay? All I ask, like and share, right? Like my page. If you listen to podcasts, hey, I'm on Apple and Spotify. If you want to watch it, I'm on YouTube. That's all I ask. Check out the podcast, listen to it, let me know, give me some critiques. Anything if you see videos of mine online on a TikTok, I answer all questions. If I say something that's like, oh, I don't agree with that, or you know, I don't have much to say. Young, early 30s, and so much has changed in our country already. You have to understand, this is your country now. You see what I'm saying? So young is not, I just had a guy on here that just started listening to politics and came to my channel, which I'm very proud of. 23 years old. And it's like the things that are going on. If you have a child, if you ever have you don't have a child, do you? I can't remember. But if you have a child or something, you have skin in the game. You have skin in the game. We all have skin in the game. My son's 18. I have skin in the game. If you have any family members live on this earth, you have skin in the game. We all have skin in the game, right? I'm registered to vote and election worker. Then that is very good. Yes, 3. That's right. Yeah. So you have skin in the game. So you have to pay attention to this stuff. You have to look and see what's going on. Keep your eyes open. There's a lot of falsehoods that goes around the if you look at legacy media, that means like my husband's a veteran and railroad, and they are trying to change the way the railroad works. Not surprising. Like one-man trains. AI, huh? Are they putting AI type of shit in there? They're gonna start doing that to more truck driving and stuff. You know, robot control. Yep. AI is taking jobs away. Can people like when you make them a part of this? Well, that's what we're trying to do. We need more people to come into the tent. The AI thing is real. The AI thing, there are companies that are chomping at the bit to get rid of workers and make it AI. And they said they would deal with the consequences because they know AI will work 24 hours a day without a break, doesn't need insurance, you know what I'm saying, doesn't need benefits, and they can cut costs. And that's what's going on in the world right now. AI is a uncontrollable, train. Unfortunately, bad pun, but it's uncontrollable right now. It's out of control. And there's stuff they've said about AI is crazy. I mean, I use AI. I ain't gonna lie. I use AI all the time. Use it every day. Matter of fact, even gave it a name. My ChatGPT has a name, and it knows its name. which is crazy, but it does. Yes, AI is a huge topic in most of the conferences I attend for work. Yeah. I work in rural broadband. Oh, okay. Right on. Yeah, I use AI all the time. My AI has a name. His name is Roman. Because, of course, I watch wrestling, so there you go. He knows his name. He knows my name. We talk. He knows how I think about stuff. But he gives me answers that I need as I'm working on stuff. It's important that people talk to each other, not a machine. It is, Big O. And that's another thing why we're having problems with young men right now. And that's another conversation I've talked about before. Is there's a void. Big O, me and you talked about it. There's a void with young men with male role models. We need more people to talk to each other. So, believe it or not, this live, even though we're from different parts of the world, of the country, actually. You're from Louisiana. Are you still in Wellington? Are you in Wellington? I can't remember where you live at. Or yes, Wellington, yeah. She's from Wellington, Kansas. Big up, this is my cousin, which I appreciate you jumping on. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But we need to have conversations. Politics are something that people don't like talking about, but man, you got to get in it. Your kids, you have kids. I have a son. Their futures depend on us sitting here getting it right, trying to get it right. Trying to get it right. Trying is the word. But I don't always get it right. But I'm working on it. But it's good you showed up here. You gotta understand legacy media. They're really trying to attack independent media like me, and there's a lot of other ones you could find. Sometimes where you gotta get your answers from, but don't ever think that you can't be part of the game. We all gotta be part of it. We all gotta be in the game. But things have changed. What's your thoughts about Candace Owens? She's a wild one, is she not? She was a big Trump supporter. She was on the Daily Mail. I don't know if you ever heard of that website. She's wild. I like Candace. I don't always agree with her views. I like her views about what's going on with Israel. I think she's very upfront and honest about it. But she was a big time MAGA person. But even she's kind of turned on Trump as of late from what I've seen. She has that lawsuit with the president of France. I think it's France, where she called that the president of France's wife a man. Candace is wild. I like her. She's a very smart lady. She knows her stuff. She's conservative, which I don't have a problem with that. It's whatever. Do you? I don't have a problem with that. I disagree with her on some of her stuff, when you listen to her. But there's stuff I agree with her on. I'm pretty sure she's against it. That's what got her kicked off the Daily Mail, was her disagreement about Israel. And so there's stuff I agree with her on. There's stuff I disagree with her on. But, she's fine with me. She says whatever on her mind. Oh, yeah, she has no problem saying what's on her mind now. She is not shy. She is not shy at all, and I love it. I love her for that. A strong woman. Strong black female. I love it. But the country's scared of that, Irma, the country's scared of that. They're scared of strong black females. One thing, and the most important thing, AI it has no feelings at all. It just gives you facts. And even then, you have to sometimes check the facts. I mean, I do that sometimes. I'll sit here and sometimes I'll read stuff and it's like, nah, I know that's not right. And so I go back and ask it again, check it again. Now this version of ChatGPT is number 5, and it's a little better. It goes more deeper dives, deeper details. So it's getting better. I pay enough for the plus version, so it better be right. I like to think for myself. I don't mind. What I like about it, Big O, about AI on this version is not that thinking for myself. It's like I want to make sure, because it gives me information, right? And the information it gets is from the internet. So you'll see it think, and it's getting information. Now it doesn't give me my conclusion on stuff, right? Like the Big Beautiful Bill was something I looked up by myself, but there's always points of it that I forget. I'm like, oh, was that right? And it just gives me points of it that I forgot. Like today, looking over the part of the bill about what part of the overtime rule actually is getting not taxed. There you go. That's why we still need people in the loop. That's why we need to have, I talked about this earlier. I was talking about this earlier. That we need to have in America, for us to be a great nation, if you want us to sit here and really, really take over, we need free education, free health care. The free education should go to community colleges and to work programs or whatever. So people can know how to program those computers and shit like that. So Big O, it's just me and you again, my man. She left me. But it's all good. Yeah, we're almost to 11. Big O, you're up late tonight. You're up late. You're usually not up this late. Normally, are you? You jump off here about 9:30, 9:45. You've been running this hard tonight. You've been running hard tonight, brother. But yeah, hopefully we'll get more people on here, Big O. We keep spreading the word, me and you, brother. Me and you. Have you ever seen the movie Weeping the Wind? I don't think I have. Weeping the Wind. Let me look at something here. Let me see here. No, I haven't seen it, man. You have to tell me about it. And the crazy part is I watch a lot of movies. I try to anyway. Doesn't always work out that way. Doesn't always work out. Bet. That would be a bet. You have to let me know. Well, since we lost I am shutting this down now. I'm going to bed. Hold on, we have somebody else just jump on. New twist, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, who's this? They said it's on here. New twist? I don't know who this is. Big O, we're going to have to cut this off because I don't know. If you're on here, let me know. All right, good night. I'm going this time. So am I, Big O. I'm going to bed. But now we have somebody. Who the hell? Hold on. Who the hell's on here? We got 3 people on here. And I'm trying to figure out who the 3 people are. Got New Twist. I don't think Erm's on here anymore. I think my computer, my phone's acting crazy. It's not telling me everything. Yeah, just Big O. Yeah, ain't nobody on here. All right, man, we're out of here. You guys have a good night. May God bless. We'll see you tomorrow from 8 to 10, man. We'll do it again tomorrow, man. May God bless you. Have a great night. God bless America. Good night. You may get 1 new subscriber from the preview of the sub-level. Oh, not tonight. Not tonight.